Welcome back to the second part of our exploration of the realm of eco-anxiety among the youth. I'm Anastasija, a climate psychologist and master coach. In the first part of our video, we discussed the impact of eco-anxiety on young people, explored statistics and key research findings. We've seen that climate change is not just an environmental issue, but also a significant psychological one, particularly for our youth. If you haven't seen this episode, please watch it first. If you have seen it, let's move into the practical side of things. In this part, I'll be sharing targeted recommendations on how to communicate about climate anxiety and the climate crisis with different age groups. I'll divide all recommendations into 3 key segments. Firstly, for small kids from 5 to 8. Where gentle introduction and nurturing are key. Secondly, for those from the age of 9 to 12, a group ready to deeper engagement and understanding. And finally, for the 13+, where we can address more complex issues and empower them to take action. Let's explore ways to assist children and young people in managing their climate anxiety. For young people from 5 to 8, I advise to use simple, positive language. Explain climate change in basic terms. Focus on how people are working to make the Earth a better place. Avoid using alarming language. Second, relate to their world. Use examples from nature that children can see and experience, like changes in weather or local plants and animals. Third, emphasize action over fear. Talk about positive actions that people are taking to help the environment, like planting trees or recycling. Fourth, include interactive activities. Engage them in eco-friendly activities like gardening, recycling projects, or nature walks. This makes the concept of environmental care tangible and enjoyable. Next, read age-appropriate books. Books can introduce young minds to concepts of conservation and climate care in gentle and engaging manner. These are 2 books I could recommend for this age group. Firstly, Leslie Davenport's All the Feelings Under the Sun. It's an excellent resource for young readers. This book encourages children to recognize and validate their feelings regarding climate change through various methods, such as reflection, drawing, conversation. It not only educates about the challenges ahead, but also includes inspiring examples of children and youth actively making a difference in the world. Another recommended reading is Santa Soaked. This book provides a positive and imaginative framework to introduce children to climate issues. This book will be ideal for kids around the age when belief in Santa begins to wane, typically around 8 years old. As the magical figure of Santa takes on new realistic dimensions, the book tells a story of climate awareness from Santa's perspective. This narrative approach helps in starting conversations among family and friends about climate change and what everyone can do about it. Both of these books, through storytelling and interactive activities, aim to help lay the foundation for a lifetime of environmental awareness and action. Next, I'll give you some recommendations for preteens, ages from 9 to 12. In my research, I came across a fascinating study by Maria Ohala, focusing on 9 to 12 years old and their coping strategies when dealing with climate change. This research highlights 2 primary strategies: problem-focused coping and meaning-focused coping. Problem-focused coping involves actively addressing the issue. Children engaging in this approach seek information and discuss possible solutions. This strategy not only fosters a sense of environmental responsibility and efficacy, but also, intriguingly, can increase worry and a general sense of negativity among children. On the other hand, meaning-focused coping includes strategies like positive reappraisal and placing trust in community actions. It's linked to a decrease in negative emotions and an increase in life satisfaction, general positivity, sense of purpose, optimism, and environmental engagement. Crucially, meaning-focused coping acts as a shield, particularly for children who are deeply involved in problem-focused coping, helping to mitigate negative emotions. So, what does this mean for our recommendations? Let's study the practical ways to support children from the age of 9 to 12 balancing these coping strategies. First, introduce basic scientific concepts. Explain fundamental concepts such as the greenhouse effect and pollution's impact on the planet. Use meaning-focused coping, emphasizing how understanding these concepts allows us to make informed decisions and positively impact the environment. Second, discuss impact on animals and nature. Many preteens have a deep affinity for animals and nature. Talk about how climate change affects these areas. Focus on positive stories of conservation and recovery and discuss actionable steps they can take to contribute, reinforcing the belief that their actions have a meaningful impact. Promote critical thinking. Encourage them to ask questions and think critically about environmental issues and media representations. This not only helps them understand the complexity of the issue, but also fosters a sense of empowerment and optimism as they learn to discern facts from misinformation. Next, encourage small personal actions. Suggest simple steps, like saving energy or conserving water. These actions, while small, can have a significant impact and help children feel they can contribute to a larger solution, enhancing their sense of purpose and agency. Next, use stories and media. Watch together documentaries, books, and articles suitable for their age that address environmental issues. Of course, become a model of positive environmental behavior. Lead by example in your own daily life. Show how you make environmentally friendly choices, such as recycling, using public transport, or conserving energy. Share your experiences and the reasons behind your actions. Also, share your feelings and concerns. By acknowledging the vulnerability, complexity, and ambiguity of what the parent is feeling themselves, it provides very important role modeling and encourages sharing difficult feelings in a safe space. This can strengthen compassion in the future. In general, all these actions not only demonstrate problem-solving in action, but also instills a sense of hope and purpose. When addressing climate anxiety among teenagers, we should respect their ability to comprehend complex issues. Here are some recommendations. First, have honest conversations. Discuss climate change, focusing on the challenges while also highlighting solutions and advancements in environmental science. Inspire teenagers to engage in local environmental activities, either with you or independently. Involvement in groups, projects, or advocacy helps to cope with climate anxiety. Next, discuss global perspectives. Introduce teenagers to the global impact of climate change. Understanding how different regions and communities are affected can promote a broader, more empathetic perspective and may inspire a more committed approach to finding solutions. Try to link to careers and future. For older teenagers, explore how they can contribute to environmental solutions through their future career choices and lifestyle decisions. Discussing these long-term implications can provide a sense of direction and purpose. Of course, use meaning-focused coping. Ensure that you are not suggesting only problem-solving coping strategies, but also meaning-focused. Focus on the meaning and the purpose behind our actions towards climate change. Another good idea could be engagement with arts. Encourage engagement with art forms that express ecological emotions, such as poetry or visual arts. However, it's important to be selective. While some materials can offer transformative learning experiences, others may be overly emotional and overwhelming. It's essential to provide opportunities for discussion and embodied processing after engaging with such materials. Let's listen to a beautiful poem, Bees, written by Dana Kilburn for a Climate Crisis and You Poetry Challenge.
Bees. The sun rises. There is no rain. I look out at this gazed upon world, and I am counting the bees again. Do spiders return to the window pane as they should after so many moons? The sun rises. There is no rain. I find no relief in the quiet old lane where I would find life, a dwindling count. And I am counting the bees again. The grass is yellow. Can I explain to people who are content with normal? The sun rises. There is no rain. I need to tell you or I'll go insane. My throat is tight and my tears teem. And I am counting the bees again. So, on the walk home, how can I refrain? I peer around for the small signs of life. The sun rises. There is no rain. And I am counting the bees again.
Hope you've got some inspiration. Finally, I'll give some important recommendations for you if you are dealing with feelings of depression or anxiety related to climate change yourself. It's crucial to recognize when these feelings become overwhelming. Remember, mental health is as important as physical health. If you find yourself in a persistently low mood or experiencing excessive anxiety, it's important to reach out for help. Consider talking to a school psychologist or a trusted adult. It might also be beneficial to take a depression or anxiety test to better understand your feelings. In addition to professional help, you can apply general recommendations suitable for all of us. These include switching focus in other topics, allowing yourself doing nothing days for mental rest, stopping your research or reading about climate change after you've decided on an action plan, and openly discussing your feelings with someone you trust. Remember, it's important never to struggle with grief or anxiety alone. You are at an age where you can both learn and take action, but it's also vital to take care of your mental health. Seeking help is a sign of strength and an important step in managing your feelings effectively. Let's listen to what Greta Tumberg says about climate feelings.
But also, as I mentioned earlier, connect with other people who feel the same thing, who share the same values as you, because when you're together in this struggle, then there are no limits to what you can accomplish.
In addressing youth environmental anxiety, we must emphasize the importance of resilience, hope, and collective action. Young people today are not just future leaders, they are critical agents of change in our quest for a greener future. Their unique perspectives and actions are crucial to shaping a world that is more responsive to environmental needs. By supporting them in their efforts, we can turn anxiety into meaningful action for a better world. If you found these videos helpful and want to stay updated with more such content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Your support helps me continue to bring valuable information and strategies to help you and your family, your company, to build psychological resilience during the era of global warming. Stay healthy and see you soon.